Swanson.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Of course, I caught you at the perfect time while you're putting food into your mouth. How happy. Excellent timing, as always. Tonight we're going to be talking about how our body connects with our speech and how we layer our words along with our body so that it connects to the audience. The most important thing that we want to do when we're communicating with people or we're communicating with an audience is we want to make sure that they are going to take something away, that they are going to leave and be able to utilize whatever tool or information that you provided to them outside in the real world. And sometimes when we communicate, we don't effectively use all of our arsenal. And our arsenal today is body language. How do we use body language to connect with our audience so that they are able to do a real takeaway or have a significant takeaway? The first thing that we can do, there's actually 3 different things we're going to cover, which is body language overall, as a whole, our hand gestures, and then our facial expressions. Tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about, what's this signal? Money. That's right. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about when hand gestures, money, and facial expressions come into the fray. And we don't leave it the other way around. And the other way around is this. I've got some money problems. And I was looking at my checking account. There's not much in there. There's not much going on with my savings. I don't know. I just can't figure out money. I don't know what to do. Maybe I need to give Dave Ramsey a call. Get on credit card network. I don't know. So I'm looking at my body language and also the tone of voice that I'm using. It's very down, it's very somber. There's not a lot going on there. I'm not using my hand gestures a lot. I'm actually trying to dumb it down, for lack of a better word, which I find really hard just to stand here and I end up going like this anyways, although my example is that my hands are just supposed to stay at my side. But ultimately, it's dull. It doesn't really connect with you, the audience. I'm telling you about money. I'm talking about my checking, my savings, and I'm talking about the money that I don't have, and oh, maybe I need some financial help or something like that. But my whole appearance with my body is kind of somber, and I'm standing here, I got my shoulders a little forward, my hands are in a down manner, my head is tilted down a little bit, my face is a little down as well. It's not happy and spunky and smiling and warm and funny, and oh my gosh, I just won the lottery. See how quickly that can change? Oh my goodness. But in doing that, you can see the difference. Here is Bryan talking a little bit about money. Now let's take that same concept. We're going to utilize our body, and then we're going to utilize our hand gestures and our facial gestures to be able to accentuate what we're talking about. I tell you what, I went today and I went to the checking account. I tell you, I punched in my little numbers on the ATM and I looked at it. Go figure, I got 42 cents in my checking account. How does the person survive? I have no idea. No money. I should be crying a little bit because it's so low. But then I punch my numbers back in because you got to do that every time you go to Bank of America. It kicks your card out, and if you want to go back in, you got to reinsert your card and reinsert your little keys. Boom! But my savings account has $3,000. Whew! I feel a whole lot better. I'll tell you what, when you got a little bit of money in your pocket, everything is just wonderful. Now, as we're watching my body language, I move from, let me move back over to my left-hand side, your right-hand side. As I was very down and somber, my shoulders are rolled forward and probably feeling quite sad for me, right? I talked about the loss of money. I don't have very much money, maybe I need financial help. And then I come over here, and then I'm it's almost like I'm ecstatic. You know, I'm over here, I'm at the ATM. You can envision it. You're watching me. My whole body is arched in. I'm leaning forward just like I'm at the ATM screen. I'm looking in it. You can envision it. You can feel it. You're there with me. I'm punching in the keys. You're like, oh yeah, every time we got to punch in the keys. The card comes back in. You're like, oh gosh, I got to check my savings account again. I got to reinsert the card. You're right there. You're feeling the pain. But the angle of my body when I'm there makes you feel as though you are there as well. Now when I step back and I talk a little bit about money, and I'm feeling a little bit happy, even though I got 42 cents, well, my facial expressions are a lot different. I'm a little bit bouncier, and my shoulders are a little bit back, and my hands are a little bit up, and I'm kind of acting a little bit goofy. But you are probably feeling a little bit better as well. You're more connected with what I'm saying. Now over here, I didn't have any money and I was feeling really sad. Over here, I still don't have any money, but I'm elated to know that I got $3,000 in my savings account. I could just shuffle a little bit of money over to my 42 cents checking account, and boom, we can equal it out, and then I'll feel really good. When we're ultimately connecting with the words that we're using, be it if it's money or whatever you were talking about, and trying to connect with your audience, you want to make sure that you utilize your full body to describe the words that you are trying. Let me rephrase that. That you feel, because you want the audience to feel it as well. Be it if you are broke or if you just won the lottery. If you're going outside and all of a sudden the sun shines there and it's like, oh, the sun. Well, people can identify with that because of the body movement in the hand. Or if it was raining outside and you all of a sudden prop up an umbrella, people see that. But if I'm just talking about an umbrella and I don't do the pop-up, it's a little bit harder to connect to it. When we use our hand gestures and our facial expressions in conjunction together, so I have a little bit of money, got a whole lot of money. I tell you what, I just won the lottery, and woo! It's like money, 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 boo, 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 boo. And you're probably feeling like that too, a little bit happier, a little bit more elevated. Because I'm so excited, it feels like I just won the lottery. Oh man, it's like I'm in Vegas, just throwing out the money, woo! But you're connected to that more than you would be if I just talked about money. I just won the lottery. Well, that's not very exciting. I just won the lottery and you know what? I don't know, I got so much money, I don't feel anything. That's ultimately what your body's saying. That's what your hand gestures are saying and your facial expressions are saying. But if you talk in a way where your face is elevated, and you're smiling, and your eyes go up a little bit, people feel that. I can almost see it when I do my eyes up, the audience, do the same thing. If I go like this, you're probably going up a little bit. If I talk about going down, you're probably going to go a little bit lower. And then if I start dancing around, you may even feel a little giddy yourself. When thinking about speaking, what we want to do, again, is connect with the audience in a way so when they leave, they have pulled something from our speech. Because oftentimes they're not going to remember everything. But we want them to remember the key component, the one thing that may change their life. And if we connect our body language, our hand gestures, and our facial expressions to our words and layer them together with a little bit of magic potion, boom! We have success. Ms. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Bryan. Thank you for infusing that educational speech and humor along with it.